Hello, welcome to the channel Lynn Smiles, where we like to talk about books because literature makes us smile. So today we are going to talk about Hag-Seed by Margaret Atwood. It is a relatively recently published book. It came out in October 2016, and it is a part of the Hag-Seed project, which is essentially a group of modern-day best-selling acclaimed novelists going back and doing retellings of Shakespeare's most famous plays. I believe this one is the fourth that has come out and the most recent to come out of 8. Don't quote me on that, but I think that sounds right. If you want more information on the Hag-Seed project, you can go ahead and follow. There is a link below. Hag-Seed then is Margaret Atwood's retelling of Shakespeare's The Tempest. Now, I shouldn't have to tell you this because it's Shakespeare, but if you haven't already read The Tempest, I suggest you check it out. It's a wonderful play. You don't necessarily need to have read The Tempest to understand Hag-Seed, but I definitely think you will get more out of Hag-Seed if you have read The Tempest, if that makes any sense at all. Like, you could follow it without having any prior knowledge of The Tempest, but you probably won't like it as much. Okay, quick summary. So this book is about a man named Felix who is a theater director putting on his own production, a very crazy sort of wild production of The Tempest. And in an act of betrayal, his production gets canceled and his name is sort of ruined. Felix then sort of goes into hiding, where he goes and lives in a cabin in rural Ontario alone for about 12 years with only the company of his ghost fantasy figment of his imagination-ish daughter, who actually died the 12 years before when she was only 3. She got sick and died. There is then a point in the story where Felix goes and begins teaching at a prison Shakespeare as part of a literacy through theater program, and this is kind of where the story really starts. That is where he plans to exact his revenge on those who wronged him and got his old production canceled so long ago. He held a really intense grudge. That's kind of where I'm going to leave you. It's interesting and cool, and it was a great premise. Good job, Margaret Atwood. Review time. No spoilers. Overall, I was super intrigued by this book. It was weird and interesting, and kind of the exact opposite of everything I would expect in a retelling of The Tempest. There were definitely some slower parts going through the beginning of the book, mostly in Felix's everyday mundane sort of activities. Some of those slow parts, though, are kind of what I found almost the most interesting. I'm one who loves literary analysis. That sounds so dorky. Oh wow. I'm one who loves literary analysis, and a lot of these mundane activities, you would hear Felix's inner monologue, and he would be arguing with himself about characters and like going in depth on, well, would Caliban act like this, or would he act like that, or why Ariel acted a certain way, or what Prospero was feeling, you know. And a lot of the little arguments in there almost sounded like a discussion that I would have had in a college literature class, and I loved that. Especially if you have read the play, then you'll pick up on a lot of those and be like, oh my gosh, I totally thought the same thing. So that was, I really enjoyed that aspect. If you're one who really likes the sort of discussion aspects of literature or literature analysis without it seeming too dry or academic, then I think you would definitely like the quote-unquote slower parts of this book. Also, some really amazing supporting characters in here, mostly found in the band of prisoners that put on the production and helped Prospero with his final production of The Tempest and exact his revenge. Great characters. I kind of wish the story was all about them, but I understand why it couldn't be. There was also a really good message in this book. Just the entire concept of literacy through theater, or using Shakespeare to teach prisoners about literacy, really went along with the Hag-Seed project in promoting Shakespeare and proving that literature can still be important in the modern world. Great message. Loved it. Well done project. Well done, Margaret Atwood. One of the only things that I didn't like in this book was the ending. I don't know. I don't know, it just felt really anticlimactic to me after so much build-up. Most of this book was build-up, and then the ending just didn't hit me in all the right spots. I might be crazy here. If you guys have read this, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the ending. No spoilers here, but I don't know. Let me know if I'm crazy or if I'm alone on this, guys. I really don't know. What, cat? Do you want to be in the video, Charlie? Say hi. She's okay. Stay out of my video then. Stay out of my video. So overall, I did really enjoy reading this book. It was weird and kind of quirky and interesting, and it definitely kept my attention and all of its originality. I gave it a really easy 4 out of 5 stars. So let me know what you guys think if you go ahead and read this, or if you have read any of the other books in the Hogarth Shakespeare Project. I'm really interested. Let me know what you think, and if I should read any of them, or if you just have any other book recommendations, go ahead and leave me a comment below. Please like and subscribe if you want more reviews, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.